playing the video, these audio clips, and looking at my screen and seeing Sal playing with his hair.
Yep.
Some of the funniest shit on this end. It really is hysterical.
By the way, guys, happy Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev Day, everybody. Happy
Rusev Day.
Yes. So, all right. Because we didn't have enough sadness in the first half of this show. We have more people dead, apparently, in the wrestling world. But this is a legend. Absolute, utter legend. By the way, this is the music that he got inducted into the Hall of Fame with. So there you go. That's where I found this song. Sammartino passed away at the age of 82. If you're in the wrestling world and you do not know this, you're an idiot. I'm not going to lie, because it's everywhere. I mean,
even my mom knows who he is.
Everybody knew this one. This was a big one. We did a 10-bell salute at our BCW show. Like, everywhere, this was a big deal. Yep. Massacre Garden put it up on their board. Like, this is a ridiculously big deal. Bruno Sammartino. Before I send it to Dad to do his normal thing, Sal, your thoughts on Bruno Sammartino?
I mean, you couldn't have said it any better. He was an absolute legend. I mean, he's probably the most decorated WWEF whatever champion ever. I mean, that no one's ever going to break his record at this point. I mean, it's yeah. You know, absolute legend. And all I'm going to say is that I'm glad that things were patched up between him and the company and him and the McMahon family, and that they were able to celebrate him the way that they did and everything like that, because it would have been a damn shame.
By the way, you know who you could thank for that?
Triple H, right?
Triple H. He's the reason he's the reason that he was able to talk to Bruno and get him into the Hall of Fame. That's
do you
big
think?
Deal.
And I know there's a lot more down the road that Triple H is kind of interjected.
Really?
Do you think that he's like the sound voice of reason?
I think right now you're right. I think Chris might just be right now. I agree with that sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I remember this visual when CM Punk was doing his thing, and he put up this board of the longest reigns, right? And it's like it's like hysterical to see the difference between we were all celebrating Punk when he hit his number, and then you realize, oh fuck, he's not even close. Like he's not even remotely close. I looked this up real quickly. Bruno Sammartino's first reign was 2,803 days. His second reign,
a long time.
The second reign was 1,237 days.
It's insane.
The only person that came close was Bob Backlund and Hulk Hogan. The only people that have come close. That's insanity.
It's insane.
Combined 10 years with their belt. That's absolutely ridiculous.
On 2 title reigns.
On 2 title reigns. Yep. Like, it's ridiculous. So now I'll throw it to Dad. Go ahead.
To me, when you think wrestling and you have a person like Bruno Sammartino, who basically, when you look at him, looks like a smaller version of a bear. Barrel-chested, hair on the chest, not something, or overly muscled, but, built enough, like a oversized spark plug. He was the flagship for that company, and basically was a proud champion, and basically never embarrassed himself, never embarrassed the company, wrestled all comers, went around that area, that territory, and basically he worked, I can say, almost everyone in that area. And this is the era before Hulk Hogan came in. So I mean, this is the one. I mean, if you really want to know about wrestling, Bruno was the guy that basically, you wanna go toe to toe, I'll go toe to toe with you. You want a scientific wrestle, I'll scientific. You want to go and do submission moves, I'll do that with you.
Well, even Bruno also, he's also known, as I mentioned at the Garden. He was the man that put Madison Square Garden on the map. Like he's the man. He's the man that did it in the wrestling world.
I mean, the amount of people that he could put in that facility was phenomenal at that time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I had it wrong. It was over 11 years with the 2 reigns. By the way, it's actually on his Wikipedia page. It's listed as more than 11 years.
We got to give the man proper credit.
I was looking something else up, but that was the first thing that was on the Wikipedia page. So I just want to clarify that.
Also, a proud Italian American.
I know. Seriously.
Oh,
You
yes.
asked for a man that's proud of his heritage. That is the man right there. That is the man that was proud of his heritage.
Bill from BC, Italy.
Yes, and from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and all the Pittsburgh teams, by the way, also do tributes on WWE television for him, and it's just a cool thing overall. It's just a great moment and a great thing.
There's that story between him and Larry Zabisco.
Yes, I've heard about this.
Yes, where basically Bruno took Larry under his wing to be kind of like a student and to mentor him, and at the last minute, Larry turned on him, and there was a big feud all over the territory between Bruno and Zabisco, and some of the things got a little bloody, but Bruno prevailed.
That's crazy. By the way, you know what's funny? Sal, we always joke about how there's everyone has 1,000 finishing moves, holds, and all the kind of finishing moves and things like that. If you go to Wikipedia, Bruno Sammartino, there is 1 finishing move listed. And it's the bear hug. That's it. There's no other finishing move listed for Bruno. That is insane. That is ridiculous now in the modern era.
Don't fix it.
In the modern era of wrestling, that is insane. So we had one other person pass away in the last week, and it kind of got overshadowed by Bruno. To be honest with you, it got overshadowed by one of the greats, and I don't even know this guy as well as Dad does. So I'll throw it to him. I know he was sad about this one. Paul Jones passed away at 75.
Paul Jones, big in the Mid-Atlanta territory, wrestler, and after wrestling became manager and managed tag teams like the Executioners and the Koloffs. In fact, he was instrumental of having Ivan Koloff bring in his chain, nicknamed him the Russian Bear. Great on the mic for promo skills. Always thinking mind, kind of like pre-Bobby Heenan, where this guy could basically think of something come in his head, put it out on promo, and basically would get picked up, week after week. So creative and talent and passing on things, it's a loss in the wrestling community.
So we, by the way, I mentioned a couple of times, me and Dad went to a Bruce City Wrestling show over the weekend. Mm-hmm. And I would like to say this on the air, and I want to hear Sal's reaction. I have not told Sal this yet. Ooh. In May, they set up at our show that in May, one of the headline matches is going to be Funny Bone versus Evil Diz in a flaming casket match.
Ooh.
Just think about it, Sal. One step closer to the trampoline Bob Dwyer flaming. One step closer.
Whatever it is, they did a fireball spot in this match that we're watching. I swear they did a fireball spot. I'm like, apparently we're doing that now in 2018.
Wait, are you going to the show?
We're deciding. It depends on Mandy. It depends on it's her birthday weekend, so she wants it. She says it's fine. We're gonna go. It all depends on her.
Oh my god! I wish I had. Oh my god! I wish it was easy for me to just buy a plane ticket and go over there.
But we don't know how this is even gonna work. But the funny part was they announced it, and everyone cheers, and then everyone looks at each other like, "Wait, what? How is that gonna work? What? It's not like this is a big venue. It's a small venue. Like, how the hell is that gonna work?"
BC Dub, BC Dub, BC Dub.
I think they're gonna take it outside.
I don't know how this is gonna work. It's not like, I don't think this is gonna be a fire hazard involved in this because there's no room in the there is no room at ringside to put a casket as it is.
No.
Like, there's no room at ringside as it is.
No. Well, if they take the concessions area about in the back.
Yes, but that doesn't help the crowd.
Well,
because we're paying for ringside seats. If we're going, we're getting ringside seats. Like, what the hell are they going to... Well, ringside seats to the point where there's video, like I said, on our YouTube page of, like, the girls fighting in front of us. And it's hilarious video. Some fantastic video in front of us. But the funniest part was opening match. And this set the tone for the evening because it was a weird evening. Shooter Marciano is fighting, and he jumped, and he comes into the crowd, and I got this all on video. And unfortunately, this part didn't make the video, but you heard it. They're fighting right in front of us, like you do. And then he hits the guy into the post, and then jumps into the crowd, slaps the guy next to me, snuffles his hair, and then jumps back into the match. That just set the tone for a very strange evening. A very, very strange night. And that led to Funny Bone having to clear people out of the front row because he needed to dive and he needed people to move. That was pretty funny. And then there was the Funny Bone picking up Vanessa Osray and throwing her over the top rope right in front of us. Onto Sierra and Diz, right in front of me. How they did not land on us, I will never know. Like, I have no idea how they didn't land on us. That was the highlight. But then there was Kevin Sullivan, who apparently thinks he's in the 80s. And almost started 2 riots on our show.
But here's the thing.
Okay, I have to ask you a question now. This is being serious.
Okay. Go ahead.
I don't get the hype with Kevin Sullivan. I don't get it. Explain the hype, please. I don't get it. It just comes off as a boring old man to me.
Well, here's the thing with Kevin Sullivan, and I'm not taking any away from the wrestler or the person.
I'm just asking, though. I'm like, why is that? You were so excited when he came into the company, and I don't get why.
Because here's the thing.
I don't get it.
This is a guy who they tapped into his creative juices and has come up with some really weird.
The Incubus.
Well, it's not only that, but it's also different matches. Like, he was the brainchild for the Triple Tower of Doom cage matches, where basically at every level of the cage there's weapons. You took them off, and the higher you went, the more different type of weapons there are. And you know, but you know, he's known. The Incubus, yeah.
I think of that.
He's known as the Dungeon Master. I mean, he's wrestling prowess. When you hear the term Tree of Woe, he was the
Kevin
one.
Sullivan?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was the one that. And then, you know, wrestling with Steiners, wrestling with Mike Rotundo, and other people. I mean, this is a guy that basically, when you heard the word evil, personified that term and made you want to hate him so bad.
Okay.
But
his voice is so grating, and I just don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't understand it.
And here's the thing.
Incubus.
He wants you to have that legitimate heat for him, because that's how basically he's kind of like how can I put it? Good at misdirection. Or basically you put it.
Misdirection is like a heel that does something and you don't see it coming. What I was annoyed by was this segment that happened where Shawn Priest gets jumped by we thought it was Tyler Sunday. It's no longer Tyler. We watched this on video package, wondering what the fuck's going on, and then Tyler Sunday comes out barefoot and wearing an awful outfit, wearing gym shorts. But I thought it was hysterical. This evil character is wearing gym shorts, and he gets in the ring and he starts beating the shit out of Shawn Priest. I have no problem with that. Character development, I'm all good with that. I have no problem with character development. My issue with Kevin Sullivan getting in the ring and cutting this promo, this long-winded promo, and said the word incubus 27 times for no reason whatsoever. Like, it's the incubus of my brain. The incubus. Just give him his actual name. His name is Taylor Sullivan, not the incubus. Like, what the fuck?
Was he talking about the band?
The Incubus. It was so terrible.
But it makes you think.
No, it made me want to hit him. It made me want to hit him. And he's an old man. It would have been elder abuse. It would have been elder abuse. All right, we actually have a lot more to talk about. I could just complain on BCW for a while, but I do want to plug their next show because it is the 19th, and we will try to go. It all depends on the man who's hearing this text me like, go to the show, go to the show.
No. We're gonna do the right family thing.
It's not up to us though. It's up to Mandy. If she wants to say we can go, we go. It's up to her.
Okay, but wait a minute. When she says yes, what she's really telling you is,
You know she's going to hear this, right? You know she's going to hear this, right?
I know she's going to hear it.
Okay. I just want to
So
clarify
basically,
that.
when she says yes, she's going, well, I hope you don't go because I'd rather have a nice family because of my birthday.
Her birthday's the 18th, though, not the 19th. Remember that.
But we're